Hi, everyone. I have a friend of mine with me today.
Hello.
Her name is Jeni. How are you, Jeni?
Hi.
I feel like we've known each other forever. I know that had to be a beginning. You know, I was not around when you were born, so definitely was not then. And then you've been living life. I've been living life. I've been with Exit for over 20, 24 years, something like that. And I know we had to have met at some event or some training or some convention. Um, I think we've known each other a while, correct?
We've known each other for almost 10 years now, and I do think it was probably convention or you came into
Yes,
Colorado.
had to be something like that.
Yep.
Um, and the few times we chatted, I don't know if you remember this, me telling you this. I said to you, there is a bright light inside of you, and I wish we could give it to everyone. Remember that
Oh,
conversation?
I
I
yes,
came up to
and
you, right? I came
it's
up to you
yes.
and I said, there is a light that's turned on. It's just, it's not it's just bright, but it's confined inside of you. It's an energy. And I wish we
Thank
could
you.
give it to everyone. And we start talking about meditation. We start talking about mindfulness. We start talking about being present. And as we were talking about that, I want to give that gift to the people we know, our agents, the brokers, the people we connect with, anybody on the internet, anybody on YouTube. I want them to have that
Yep.
light. And it comes from being present, from having a practice. It's not an easy practice.
Nope.
So, if before we define it, how was that journey? How did you get to arrive at mindfulness?
I when I first started in real estate, and I actually didn't even want to do real estate because my I watched my mom as a child. She was a realtor, and I watched her business just like we had some high times and we had really low times. And I'm like, why would anyone want to have a life like that? And so I fought it for a long time. Spoiler alert, I obviously went into real estate. But during that time, I just knew there had to be something better. And it was probably 20 plus years ago when I was at a convention, not an exit convention, but something else. And the speaker brought up The Secret, that movie and book that came out about the law of attraction and that your mind, how powerful your mind was. And it just clicked with me. And I was just like completely enamored with it. And so I went out and I started seeking additional books about it, videos, speakers, anyone I could find that I could really learn more about it. And in that process, I actually ended up joining Exit, which I know was completely aligned with what needed to happen because Exit's values very much align with your frequency and manifesting and all of that. So that was meant to happen. And then I met you, and you actually challenged me to take some of those practices that I was kind of dabbling in, I'll say, and really become focused at it by getting up early. And the time we chose was 5 a.m. That's the time that was going to work for my schedule. I was, I won't lie, a tiny bit horrified by it that 5 a.m. would come and I would have to get my little sweetness out of bed. But I did it. And I've just, watched that maybe 15 minutes turn now into a couple hours.
Correct. So, it's a deliberate journey. It's a journey you took. It's a journey of discovery.
Yes.
It's a journey of what is this? What is the power of my mind? I hear about it. I see some people manifest it. I see some people live in it. Why not me? Why not go on that journey?
Mhm.
So let's have the people who are listening to us understand practically what mindfulness is. First, before we tell them the practice that you do, let's give them a definition. What would be your definition of mindfulness?
The word that comes into my mind when you say mindfulness is really being present, present with myself. realizing that thoughts come in, I can acknowledge them, but when I am in my practice, I need to let it go. Because I'm being present with whatever needs to be happening. And I say in my practice, but really my practice is all day long. I'm trying, and I don't love to use the word trying, but I'm focused on being mindful, being present all the time. I have a pretty controlling personality that wants me to control everything. And part of what I'm really working on this last year, and it'll go into this next year, is that I can only control myself and how I react to it, which goes back to presence and mindfulness.
Correct. All right. So I call it be here now. Uh,
I love that.
I practice what I call meditation, and meditation is mindfulness. They're the exact
Mm-hmm.
same thing. I was introduced to it through my philosophical journey when I was researching Zen and understanding
Mm-hmm.
Zen. At first, it was understanding Buddhism, the religion, just wanted to understand it. But then there is a segment called Zen, being present, and very intriguing for a mathematician like me, and very what I call, it has power that most people can't understand. I was explaining to a friend that when I drive long distances about 10-hour drive, when I drive 10 hours to go from one place to the next, I don't play music, I don't play podcast, I don't do anything. I am with the road. I am being present to the road. I'm present to the energy around me, the other vehicles, and I can sense when vehicles are going to be what I call messy. And I tell myself, I'm going to go out of your, hey, the road is yours, take it. And I
Mm.
go out of the, I don't challenge them anymore. That youth where you want to challenge somebody is no longer there because I'm present with the road. My my focus is to arrive healthy and present
Mm.
to the people waiting for me. So
Yes.
that for me is a higher need or higher uh, desire than fight somebody who's has his
Yeah.
truck behind me. I'm like, dude, take the road,
Go
go.
ahead.
um, so let's talk about mindfulness in practice. So how
Okay.
long is your practice daily? Is it once a day, twice a day? Is it daily? I know you're transitioning to an all day mindfulness, but let's talk about the practice itself. How long is your practice of mindfulness?
Um, it starts at 5 a.m. and I am typically done by 6:30, 7 o'clock. I felt like I need the full 2 hours. Sometimes, like this morning, I just sat and I looked at my Christmas tree, and it was, it felt right. I was looking at the different ornaments, and then, reflecting. It just put me in such a state of gratitude, which I think gratitude can also be a form of mindfulness and presence. And then from there, it went into I love to read business books in the morning. So then I went into my business book, and I like to highlight and underline them and write notes in the margins of those books. So I read a real book, and then I journal about what I read. And then I will a lot of times also go in and I do a meditation,
Okay.
a guided meditation.
So let's talk about the guided meditation part because the reading of the books, all of that people can do, the waking up, the getting ready. Let's talk about the guided meditation. When you say guided, is it because somebody taught you how to do it or you have steps towards it? Can you explain that?
Um, I like it to be guided because my mind does still want to drift. It wants to think about all the other things I still need to do. So, that is still a work in progress with me. And I'm not sure my mind will ever completely quiet that it doesn't do that. I am pretty good at acknowledging the thought and being like, okay, I hear the thought, now I'm letting it go because I am doing this. I listen to a guided meditation because for me, it has helped me hear those words versus the other words that my mind is constantly hearing. So I sometimes it's the same exact meditation that actually helps me a little bit more because I know what's going to happen and then I can be very present with it versus maybe a new meditation.
Is it a YouTube video? Is it an audio video? Is it
It is an actual app. So I use an app and I don't use it on my phone because my phone is nowhere near me. So I do use it on my iPad, which does not have any notifications set up on it. So my iPad is just for that app. And then,
smart?
like I have my iBooks on it and things like that, but it's not going to go bling, 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 bling with
Correct.
every bit of the outside world coming in.
Okay, so you're just like me. I have my phone, obviously, which is always bling, 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 bling all the time. Can't help it.
Always.
That's what it wants.
Yes.
That's why it exists. But I also
Yep.
have a tablet, and on that tablet there's nothing. There are no emails. There are no text messages. It is for reading, contemplating. By the way, for recipes when I'm cooking and I want to do things. So that's what I use that for. So it's personal. It is not business driven. I don't
Yep.
combine them. But do you know the name of the app? Is it something you can share?
It is. I knew you were going to ask that, so hold that thought. I have my iPad right here.
Okay.
It's called Insight Timer.
Okay. Insight or inside?
Insight. INSIGHT timer.
Timer. And that's what you use for your.
And I do there is a free version. I happen to pay for the version because I like the longer meditations and I like to save things and write my intentions and all of that.
All right. So guided meditation, basically, guys, what it means is that there is an individual or an app or a recording or something that guides you through your meditation, so that as your mind wanders, you bring back your focus to being present right here, right now. And some people can actually use breathing meditation. If you go to YouTube and you look up breathing meditation or breathing mindfulness meditation, they will show you a technique where, as you're focusing on your breath, your mind wanders and you bring it back. Your mind wanders and you bring it back. And by the way, your mind wandering is not a negative. That's what it does. That's what minds do. Minds have minds of their own. They like to drift. They're like, what's happening next? What's going over there? That's what they do. And our job is to understand that there's an inner core inside of you that is bigger than your mind. That you are actually the boss of your mind. But I don't like to use the word boss. I think of it as collaboration. I'm collaborating with my mind. I'm not telling it what to do. I'm saying, work with me. Be with me here. We'll wander later, but right now, can we be present? And
sometimes I feel like when your mind does that and you do acknowledge it, that's part of coming back to
Correct.
the presence, to be like, okay, I hear you and we'll do that later, but right now this is what we're doing. And I love meditations that do focus on breathing.
Yeah, breathing meditation.
Your breath can bring you right back to presence.
Correct. The breathing meditation is the easiest way to learn how to meditate, but there are so many. It's just go on that journey. We're not telling you which one to pick. We're not telling you how to go about it. Her practice and my practice are different, but we're saying your mind and your well-being and your health will benefit from you going on that journey. You going, what is it all about? Which one will resonate with me? Is there a yoga place that does meditation where I can go physically to that place and learn from them until I can learn to do it by myself. Because that journey is unique. Each one of you is unique listening to us. So let me ask you this. You do about how many 15 minutes of guided meditation?
15 minutes is probably the shortest that I'll do. A lot of times I'll do more of a 30-minute
Okay.
guided meditation.
Okay. So most of you listening to us, 30 minutes is like somebody cutting you with knives. It is not easy.
No.
By the way, 15 minutes is long. It's
Yes.
really, if for some people, 15 minutes of meditation is very long. So start slow. Start with 5. 5 is
Yep.
good. Sit down for 5 minutes, eyes half closed, focus on your breathing, and just remind yourself, I'm just going to focus on being present right here. That's all. I'm just going to come back to this place. And like you did, you were looking at your Christmas tree. You could do that. Or maybe you look at nature. But don't want, as your mind wanders and wants to tell you, hey, you forget that phone call, just say thank you and come back to the center. 5 minutes is long when you're starting. 15
Yes.
minutes is where you want to be after practicing for a year or two. And then, like she's talking about, 30 minutes is really good. 30 minutes of guided meditation and then doing the other things that come with it will help you. So, you've been doing this for 10 years, would you say? Mindfulness?
Probably, no, I'm going to say 9 years. Very
9 years. Okay.
Yeah, 9 years.
What would you tell 9-year younger you? What would you tell her when she started that journey? Because she probably has learned a lot. What would you tell her when she was on that journey of meditation, mindfulness, being present? What would you tell her now?
I would tell her to start small. So the very first thing I did is that I had to meditate for, 30 minutes. I had to sit silently for an hour. And I'm like, that is not available to me, probably will never be available to me. And so I let it kind of beat me up where, I thought like one size fits all. Well, that's not at all the case. Start where you're at, what's available to you. If it's that you can, get up 15 minutes before you normally get up and all you do is drink your coffee quietly for 5 minutes, well, that is amazing progress. So just start something and don't wait. Like if tomorrow morning you're like, I'm just going to do it. And then the alarm goes off and it's Mel Robbins has that 5 4 3 2 1 where I count and I still do it. I just out of bed. I don't think about it. I'm like, oh, tomorrow. Nope. I'm just like boop up and I start.
Okay. How has mindfulness affected your personal life?
I feel like it's really helped me be more present with the people that are important to me. In real estate, we can really feel like we're on call 24/7 and we're not saving lives. So it's allowed me to first of all, I can mirror to my kids that I have a practice in the morning. That's so important to me that I get up. I mean, right now their minds can't understand why in the world I would get up at 5 a.m. if I didn't have to. And that's fine. But I'm mirroring to them when that becomes available to them in their lives, they'll see what a difference it made. So I feel like that's important to me. It allows me to be a better version of myself when my practice has stopped and I'm available to them, I'm available to my husband, my clients, my friends. It's really helped me with gratitude and knowing how truly blessed I am and to let go of some of the I've got to be, that where we compare ourselves to everybody. It's really helped with that as well.
So I'm gonna share with you a statement, and I want you to tell me your thoughts on it.
Okay.
I say that the majority, if not the preponderance of stress is self-inflicted, meaning we stress ourselves more than the universe or the outside world stresses us. And because we don't decompress or do these practices, we carry that stress to our bed, so we don't sleep well. We carry it with our relationships with our family. So most of the stress comes because we have not integrated ourselves. What are your thoughts? Has mindfulness helped you with stressful situations like clients who are screaming or not happy? Has mindfulness helped you in that process?
Absolutely. I mean, not just in my morning practice, but I also think about it during the day. So if something happens and it's like, the human part of you wants to immediately react to it, where I feel like now I can kind of be like, all right, breathe, stop, breathe. What really needs to happen? How do I need to show up? What's the identity that I need to bring to the situation? And it's not saying like it has to be all kumbaya, like I come in all, rainbow and sunshine. That's not always what has to happen.
Nope.
But I come in with clarity of mind to speak the truth instead of always reacting to everything. When something, I mean, even in your everyday life, it doesn't have to be your business life. When something stresses you out, it's easy then to just dwell on it. Well, what you think about, you bring about. So the more you sit and think about the stress and the whatever bad's happening, the worse it's going to get. Versus if you can be like, okay, breathe it out. And then, I love to journal. So either write it out or sometimes I'll type it into my phone. I'm using AI a little bit with my journaling where I just talk it out. And then and then however I need to react to it.
Correct. So the carrying of the stress is not necessarily the solving of the stress.
No.
If you're stressed, be aware that you are, acknowledge it. You're human. You are going to be stressed. And if you're in real estate,
Absolutely.
working with people is stressful. And by the way, they're not trying to do something to you. When your clients are lying to you, they're not lying to you. They're trying to protect themselves. They're saying, I need something that I don't think you're giving me. So whenever you see a client being difficult, don't think they're attacking you. They're doing something for themselves. They're not doing something to you. They didn't wake up going, what do we do to Jeni today? No, they're trying to do something for themselves. And if you allow yourself, okay, they're not attacking me. I need to hear them. There's something stressing them out. Step one, let them talk about it. And even if they include me as the problem, let them talk about it. And second, don't take the bait. Don't attack. Say, I hear you. And maybe at that time you don't give them an answer. Maybe you'll say, something, let me reflect on it. But when you go home, you don't need to carry that with you. Why are you taking it home? Why are you having dinner with it? Why are you sleeping with it? Dude, write it down in a journal, put it down, deal with it tomorrow. You don't have to carry all these things with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And that's why people go, but Key, that means you don't care. I'm like, yeah, no, I care about what's happening right now with that person. But why would I carry that angst, that anxiety all day long? It will make me useless to other people. I already do that. I already know that I'm going to reflect on it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, and I allow myself to be like, okay, this has made me angry. I mean, just like you said, I'm human. So I'll say, this has made me angry. I'm going to give it, 5 minutes and I'm going to be really angry. I'm going to, and then I've got to release it because I don't need that. I just don't. Nobody does.
Yeah. Carrying it with you does not solve it. But reflecting on it, writing
No.
about it, looking for solution, coming from gratitude, taking the time to breathe. The best thing you said is you tell yourself, take a breath, breathe right now. It's okay.
Mhm.
You have the capacity to solve this. And if you don't, there's somebody you know who will give you some good insights. Give them a
Yep.
call and say, I'm dealing with this. Can we talk about it? And all of a sudden, they give you a new way of looking
Yep.
at it. So you're not alone. So as you
No.
went on this journey of practicing mindfulness and reflecting and being present, was there a book? Now, is there a book you would recommend to somebody?
Well, I mean, there's a ton of books, and
Yes.
I love recommendations as well. A couple of my favorite books that I think go along with that are by Robin Sharma, and he actually wrote a book called The 5 a.m. Club that is very good if you're thinking about getting into it. And then my favorite book by him is kind of taking all of his books, and it's called Everyday Manifesto, which I just really love. And I do read probably every other year again, just for a great reminder.
So every day manifesto
Everyday Manifesto.
by Robin.
Robin Sharma.
S.
Sharma.
Perfect. All right. So as people go about on this journey, we want them to go on this journey of discovery. Are there any parting words? Is there anything you want to tell them? Is there any advice? Maybe not advice, but is there anything you want to share with them as they go? I need to go on this journey of discovery. I need to figure out how to have a better relationship with my mind, with my stress, with my well-being, with my presence, so I can become more effective, more thoughtful, more grateful, and a good business person.
I, I think my advice would be to give yourself grace. It's not like you wake up and you're like, suddenly, here I can do it. Maybe it's 5 minutes to start, then maybe it's 10, then maybe it's 15. It's having mornings where you do get up and you're like, nope, that's not available to me. Give yourself grace with that. Don't then suddenly be like, well, I missed one day, so I'm done. No, it's a process. Just like you said, it's a journey. Journey means a length of time. When we go, we don't just go on a trip. A trip is fast. A journey is the whole process. I loved your analogy with, or that wasn't even an analogy, what you do driving in the car, quiet, silent, focused on the road. Your intent is to get there, but it's the whole journey in getting there. It's what could come up while you're driving in the car, while you're looking at the road. What thought could pop in your mind that could actually be just completely life changing, and not letting the other cars mess with you. I mean, that is a beautiful picture in my mind of what mindfulness is, what presence is. Sometimes we drive and we don't even remember how the heck we got there because we were so focused on 100 other things going on. First of all, that's not safe, but it's not only not safe while you're driving, but it's not safe for your mind. It's perfect.
Correct. So we invite you on this journey of mindfulness. Go to YouTube and Google it. Take some time and
Mhm.
research it. Consider the books that she just shared with you. They're going to be impactful. But just remember, you have this superpower already inside of you. You just need to reveal it. You can actually reveal this superpower of being grounded, mindful, courageous, thoughtful, full of gratitude, effective. All of these things are available to you. And the world of stress will continue to exist, but it will not
Mm-hmm.
own you. You'll go,
Yeah.
I know how to wrestle with that bear. And you
Yeah.
will feel good about it. And you'll realize it's not a bear, it's a teddy bear. You can do this. This is a journey we will
Yeah.
invite you to do. And I'm so glad we had this conversation, Jeni.
Thank you so much, Key.